Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Your Football Show and another episode of the White Rose Rivals. My apologies, I am late. Let me turn that volume down a bit. I think it's crackling. There we go. Listen, we're here, we're there, we're everywhere. I don't know where that came from, to be honest. I'm tired, I'm sick and tired. And I look really red, so I need to sort out my lighting. Or maybe stop going on the sunbeds, that's probably what it is. Listen, I've just been saying to the lads, I'm pretty tired of football at the minute, obviously, for different reasons to the others, but we got beaten by Blackburn and Sammy Smodics at the weekend, so yeah, I'm just going to hand over straight to Ash, right? And Ash, you can just tell me how you're feeling about your club and your situation, because I'm done talking about mine for a bit.
Well, no, I'm gonna keep talking about yours. what a shit show Leeds United are. They had one job. There's me and Cozzy, we're like, oh, it's easy for Leeds. One job, Leeds United. Couldn't believe it, mate. What the hell happened?
I know.
It was
Sammy Smodics. Yeah, Sammy Smodics. I said, though, Joe, didn't I? Somerville, who played it, yeah. Smodics. I think what our old friend picked Smodics. How were it you, Matt? You were a Smodics. We got them right, didn't we? Loads. Yeah. Joe. Southampton, are you worried now? What? Southampton and your wing mirror, mate?
I'm not worried yet. I'm not. But, look, they're probably going to win on the weekend, which will put them on the same points, the same amount of games. But that's not their game in hand. Their game in hand's Tuesday. So, my thing is, yes, they might be same points as us for, 24 hours or something. But that's not their game in hand, Leicester is. But then at the same time, I'm like, do I want them to beat Leicester? So that Leicester are closer to us, but then that means Southampton have caught us, and that's another that makes that final day even worse, because to be honest, if I'm honest, I'm scared. I just want someone to hold me. I want someone to hold me and tell me it's going to be all right. Do you know what I mean?
Joe, that's why we love football, mate, innit? It's like last night, that Man City Real Madrid game. They'll play that 99 times and City should win 5-0, but Madrid showed some... Like that game against Leeds back there, I watched it all, mate. Honestly, on another day, it's 5 or 6 in it, and it just, that's why we love football, because daft stuff happens like that. As much as we hate it, like penalties given, that should never have been in. We're not talking about Huddersfield yet, but yeah, unbelievable, mate. Football just does these weird things, mate. And Southampton were done, weren't they? But in effect, it's in their hands now. It's a bit weird, isn't it? I mean, obviously, to go to Leicester and Leeds, to ask them to win them is a big ask, but they'll be thinking it's in their own hands, really. They were done.
I know. If they beat us, and if we're being honest in terms of the form team, they're up there. They're creating and scoring goals again. Like you say, it's in their hands. So yeah, I mean, do you know what the most thing I'm worried about as well? When they dropped out of it, I didn't half give some Southampton fans some stick on that egg. So they are coming for me. I mean, I did. I tell you, I'll just if we don't go up, I'll turn my phone off and go missing for a week. Do you know what I mean?
Longer than a week, I bet.
Yeah, probably, yeah. I've already got a hike booked for the 5th of May. I'm going to the lakes, just walking
mountains
where there's no phone signal, so don't worry about that. I'm away.
Sensible.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was saying about the result. Obviously, Friday night first for me and Cozzy. The Friday night was, again, disgusting from the top teams in the league. It was always going to be 3 points for Leicester. Then you got your early kickoff. So we're all kicking off at 3:00, thinking, "Oh, we will hopefully we're all going to go in for it. We're going to be playing second." And we had Stoke coming to Hillsborough, but yeah, the talk obviously before the game around the ground was Blackburn, because we previewed it and said the running for Blackburn was shocking. Where they were, how they've been playing, and they've got 3 points. Sunderland drew against Southampton, beat Leeds. So in the bottom 7 teams, they're the form team, and no one would have predicted that with their running. So
the thing is, though, I just think though in March and April, you've got to do the business yourselves. I know I keep hearing other fans saying the results have gone this. Honestly, mate, in January, December, the results were going off for us. We should have been in bottom 3 moons ago, mate. But it's like everyone picks back to other teams like Leicester and stuff. You've got to do it yourself, man. We've won 9 games. If we go down, it'd be because of Huddersfield Town. No one else. I know referee getting a bit of stick, but mate, it'll be because we're not good enough. And like, you were doing my head in, like, people lead to this and leads to that. You can't rely on everyone all the time. You got to do what you said, man. If you're not good enough, you're not good enough. But I thought Wednesday had win that last week. That seems a big hammer blow for you. We've got a couple of home games where maybe we could still do it, but I don't know. First time for since probably took over Danny Rowe. I just think maybe, I'm not saying you're gone, but it feels like fans are thinking, shit, we might not get out of it now.
It was Saturday. We did target obviously Stoke in the same sort of situation down there with us, and that was a game we targeted for 3 points. And to be honest, first 15 minutes we should have been 2-0 up. Should have been well out of it. We were a much better team. They didn't offer anything. Stoke, they were pretty poor. And for one, we had a goal disallowed. We had a keeper made a worldly save from 3 yards out. It should have been all done and dusted. But then there we are. We get the goal and Liam Palmer, and then it looks like that's it. And then 8 minutes later, I think it was, the goal came out of nothing. Bit of a defensive lapse and 1-1, and then that was it. We were up against it, and we got a great draw against Norwich. Obviously coming back on the Tuesday, and then just a bit of a kick in the teeth with the draw against Stoke at home.
Do you think as well? Go on, Cossie.
Then you think like Birmingham have had a big win, and you're thinking they go to Rotherham not to play for. So Tony Stewart, what are you going to do to help me? And I want my Wednesday out here is going to pull Big Steve. Honestly, I couldn't stop that unveil on their Twitter. I couldn't stop laughing my head off. What would it say? Evans above? What would the thing?
Evans back. Good Evans, he's back.
Good Evans.
That could be massive. I know we're clutching here. We have to be clutching where we are in the table. But I just think Rotherham, under I forgot his name now and that as well. That the manager, like no one's Lee Richardson. You were saying last week, no one were asked. A lot of out of contract players. All of a sudden, Big Steve. He does seem to have split. Looking at your, I watched a bit of your podcast, and he does seem to split some of the fans. But 100%, there's more chance of Rotherham getting a result against Birmingham with Big Steve Evans there than Richardson, in my opinion. So again, football, the hope that kills you.
It's mad. Like Ash, for you, obviously, and same goes for Cossie, I guess. Obviously, Friday night, like you said, Plymouth beat Leicester 1-0. And even then, you must have thought, it's all right, because Leeds will still do a job. We'll be all right. And then for us to get beat 1-0 as well. And I almost think it's the same at the top. Like I've been saying to people, we'll probably win. Let's say we win at the weekend, but you can guarantee when we win, everyone else will fucking win. And when you get a positive result, everyone else is getting positive results. And it's all going to last day. That's why I've come to it's took me 43 games to realise this, but I think it's coming to last day regardless.
It was sorry, because it was with Birmingham getting a great win, and then for us walking out the ground, it was Huddersfield had won 1-0. And obviously this is going to wind Cossie up but so we were coming out the ground actually with the worst result out of all of them in the bottom for the relegation. So we was thinking, oh my God, that's it. It's totally. And obviously then you get to your car, you get your phone, and you see the results, and it's a shocking. I will say it for Huddersfield, it was a shocking decision. But that played it for us. It was a lifeline for us. It is, and then luckily this week we are playing last. I don't know if that's luckily or not, but the pressure will be on, and we've got Blackburn on Sunday.
Corsi, what about you? We've obviously seen the other results not go your way, mate.
Oh, mate. Yeah, that'd have been... I was saying that Preston won a body blow late in 3 and 9 minutes, and I was thinking, I tipped us to lose 4-0 on there last week. I didn't think we'd have the guts to come back. So, and they proved me really wrong. They played really well. Bristol, kind of a bit of an iffy performance, but we'd obviously got the goal in front, and the penalty. You know what, though? I have to be honest with you, with a VAR. I mean, that PGML mold, it's almost like they wind you up, don't they? Because they've said today, they've sent a message to Huddersfield saying like it shouldn't have been a penalty, but it's like, I don't know what good that does, to be honest with you, because it just obviously puts the pressure on. It just winds all the fans up, but it doesn't do the referee any good. That kind of stuff for me needs to stay behind closed doors and that as well. I'm just thinking, if I were a referee and I made that kind of error, I just think I'd want to be told that one-on-one rather than that coming out in a press conference. I just think it's wrong, and I can't do with all this sexist stuff that were coming out and that as well. Bad refs are bad refs. We had a bad male ref on Tuesday and we had a bad female ref on Saturday. These things happen, but I just don't know if I'd overturn that though, because it's just like, it's an awkward one, isn't it? Because you've given it. I think they're reluctant to like go to the screen, but it's an absolutely huge body blow because honestly, we're like 5-0-1 when they scored, and you're thinking it's done and that as well. But the trouble is, I'm not one of those to like, come on, we can still do it kind of thing. But again, it's a huge body blow. But again, 2 home games, mate. Swansea, I did a Swansea podcast last night, and they were saying they've won the last 2 home games, but they were saying if you get into us, we won't offer much on the weekend. But I don't know, mate. There's ominous signs, really, Joe. And then we've got Birmingham the week after, which, Jesus, like that could be absolutely massive. But for the first time, I mean, I'm not a betting man, but we're odds on to go down, mate. And
really?
That you look at that. But what I don't want to say is because of that penalty, and then it would have a huge blow because of that, what happened with Preston and stuff like that. It'd be stuff like when we went to Rotherham, we didn't get that, we didn't try and win the game and stuff. And Darren Moore's 500 draws this season and stuff like that as well. But I don't like the self-pity, but we're getting in that a lot this week. Huddersfield, the referee, and blah, blah. You've got to forget that now. It's all about these 2 games. And, then go to Ipswich and get you promoted, Joe, and then get us survival. That's the master plan, mate.
It would be. It would be amazing, mate, if you did that. But you know what? You mentioned like them teams like Bristol City, or you look at like Swansea, for example. I don't know where. I think Swansea are out of it now. Having watched Preston play Southampton and that performance that they put in, I just thought this is where teams are genuinely switching off now. Like because I had faith that Preston could do something against Leicester, but seeing them against Southampton, I was like, nah. I think now it's getting to that stage of the season. What is it? 3 games, 4 games to go for somewhere people are like, turning it in, if you like. And are you worried that that's the case for you? Because as a fan, you might look, because mathematically you can still do it, right? But like, I'm counting on you for that Ipswich game, thinking, please do something. You know what I mean?
No, with us, it's and this is like the belief that Rosenior instills into his team, that whilst it's mathematically possible, he'll go out there and give it absolutely everything to do it. I mean, obviously that was our first win in 8 or 9 games or something. Like we've only got ourselves to blame at the end of the day for not getting in the top 6. Yes, we've missed having a natural number 9 for months, but we've still got players of mass quality on that pitch, like Cavalier, Jade, and Omer, all these new signings that have come in. And our lack of cutting edge and thing in the final third has been our biggest Achilles heel all season. Similar at the Leeds game, we create chances, we take them, then one stupid mistake, and we've lost the game. So it's one of those where I feel like because it's still mathematically possible, I think we're 6 points behind Norwich with a game in hand. So we could go 3 points behind them if we beat Coventry, which I think is a possibility because we are much better away from home. And obviously Coventry will have played the FA Cup semi-final on the Sunday, so I feel like they'll be a bit burnt out. Hopefully that goes to extra time. But as long as it's still possible for us to do it, we're going to go out there and try and win. And I think even if it's not, he'll want us to finish the season as strongly as possible to keep that optimism high for next season, because he's come under a bit of scrutiny lately, as Rosenior, obviously, with the run. So he'll want to finish strong.
Yeah. And you've got a game against one of our lot, I know, aren't you? Is it Plymouth? Is it? I can't remember. I remember seeing all
Plymouth on the last game of the season.
But we need Matt to deliver. Matt, tell me, that you're going to be motivated, up for it. The New York sold out Saturday, mate, and Pucker Pies are going down. Big Steve's pram down there. And a 1-0 win there. Come on, tell us.
I'm all behind you on that, Cozzy. I'm well behind. I was behind you there, mate. Totally agree. Do it for South Yorkshire. Come on, man.
I've always loved Steve Evans. I've always loved him.
Yeah, I don't know, Big Steve. I think you just never know. Honestly, I have no idea. He's a crazy man, isn't he? He'll come in and he's been showing pictures today. He's laughing and smiling. He's got that granddad look about him. Saturday afternoon, the referee gives them a foul that shouldn't have been. It'll all turn very, very quickly. I'm not sure Cafu was seen a man just quite like Steve Evans before in football. I'm quite looking forward to that relationship over the next couple of games. I think we'll probably lose, but I think we'll give it a go.
Matt, don't be saying that. No, cut him off, Joe. Cut him off.
I think they'll win, you know. I think they'll win at home. Steve Evans back 1-0. I do, man. They will, you know, surely.
I'm banking on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm begging you, Steve.
I don't know.
He won't come there to lose, though, will he? He'll want to win on Saturday.
yeah.
Well, Steve Evans, 100%. No matter who's playing there or whatever, who's leaving end of the season, he'll want to win.
He'll be like that, won't he, at full time?
Yeah.
Like he does, pretending to wait. Wait, that's what he does.
Then he'll fall over or something.
Yeah, exactly. What's that story? Who's that? I forget which under the cosh it is, where he shat himself and he has it all up his back. Do you remember
Pringle.
that, lad?
Yeah, that's Steve Evans, that. That's Steve Evans.
Did a big shit in a coach.
I don't give a shit as long as he gets 3 points.
Matt, did you see it coming? Not him shat his pants, but I meant coming back to Rotherham. Did you see it coming, that, or was it a big shock to you guys? Not what I mean football.
A massive shock, yeah. With these things, you normally get a day in advance, you know, there's something happening, there's rumours at the club, something's happening. There were absolutely nothing until the club statement come out that Liam Richardson left. And even for a couple hours after he left, there was talk about Steve Evans coming back. It was in for kind of a bit of a managerial hunt. But by the sounds of it, when we sacked Matt Taylor, dogs abuse because it took 4 weeks to appoint somebody. In fairness to the club, they've identified the man, gone, right, we're going to get him and we're going to sort it all out straight away. Or he's splits opinion. He's the Marmite man. But yeah, look, if club think he's right man, you got to back him, haven't you? That's all you can do and hope that it works out for next season. Obviously, instills a bit of pride in the shirt. You know, it's kind of the basic things we're looking for. You know, to work hard, play a bit, make life a bit more interesting than losing 1-0 away at Swansea and all that kind of crap. Which is it's never boring with Steve Evans. There's always something happening. So I don't know. He'll want to make a statement though. He'll absolutely want to make a statement on Saturday. Whether that's, you know, dragging somebody off for 20 minutes because they've been shit or winning it, he's going to want to do something. So hopefully for you guys he does, but I don't know. I won't bet on it.
Yeah, I agree. Before we preview this weekend's fixtures and talk about each individual one, let's just get the temperature amongst the group right, and just who goes up in auto spots, who wins playoffs, and which three with Matt go down. Let's go round and check. Cossie, I'll come to you first.
Oh, yeah, to go up. I still think Leicester and Leeds, mate, bizarrely, and obviously about a month ago that looked pretty much on and that as well. But it's I think Leicester will beat Southampton at home. I think it'll be that's the big game in it really, and that as well. But I mean, it's incredible, isn't it? I watched that game on Easter Monday before we went in the ground at Stoke and played well against Norwich. I thought that was it. There they go, and then 2 away games. They seem to be just all over the place. But yeah, the thing is, you know how it is, Joe. I work in Leeds, and obviously there's no middle ground, mate. You're either going to win the league with 20 points or you're finished. And that's honestly, I was hearing someone on midweek that booked an hotel for Wembley already, and it's like. I was trying to wind him up saying, "Oh, you're going to win playoff semi here." But no, it's just how can you jack it just like that as well? But it's the thing is, Joe, that if you'd have played poor or whatever, but that game you play that game nine times again and you win. But I know that's why we love the game. And then Smodic, he has to come win, doesn't he? And he was just unbelievable. But I don't know. It's just I'm bottling the relegation one, but I think you two. And I've said West Brom all along. I know it's a bit weird, but it's like, people say Southampton will win the playoffs, but I don't know. I'm just going to keep faith with Mr. Corbyn, even though he walked out.
If I could stay away from any team knowing our results this season against West Brom and I rate Corbyn in a one-off shootout,
I do,
or 2 legs. That's the one team. I'd be okay with Norwich. I could take Ipswich. I'd have a go with Southampton. But that West Brom, I'd be going, oh, fuck's it. They're going to shithouse it. And that's, they're the one team.
The thing is, Joe, I think they're the most organised team. So they could kind of sit in there and, and they've got the pace on the break to come away and that as well. I think when you look at Southampton and I know Ipswich can blow teams away, but I think Southampton, Ipswich, you can score. I don't know. I think West Brom could And no one would fancy them. Then no one would probably want them up because they've been up before. Ipswich would be the romantics promotion, but again, they could get automatic. And just go to ask everyone's promotion first, because I don't want to mention them against you.
Okay, you don't have to, mate. You don't have to. And let me come to you, mate. We sort of wrote off your chances of playoffs there, by the way, didn't we? We didn't even mention you, to be honest.
Well, to be fair, I would say we have to win all 4 of our remaining games and hope Norwich lose a couple. So realistically, it's probably not going to happen. But like we say, whilst it's mathematically possible, we've got to believe. Yeah, but no, I think I'm going to go off current form at the minute. I feel like Leeds have dropped out of momentum at the wrong time. I feel like it's come to a stage of the season. I think maybe pressure-wise, I think Leeds thrived off being the side that were chasing. Yeah. You love that points, bringing back that gap, getting to a point, and then as soon as you hit top of the league, all started to seem to change. Yeah. I think like that mentality, the pressure changed. I mean, when I was at Ellen Road a couple of weeks ago, the atmosphere, fans, you seem tense, you seem anxious. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? I feel like the club at the minute is on a little bit of a wobble. So I'm going to go on. I don't think Southampton, as much as we know they can go on a good run, I don't think they'll win all of the remaining games. So I'm going to go Leicester Ipswich for autos at the minute. And then I think in the playoffs, I think I'm going to be the same as Cossey. I think West Brom, Corbran's one of those managers who just knows tactically each game how to beat a team. That's what he does. He's really, really good at getting results against teams when he has to. And I think over 2 legs in the playoffs, and then like we say in the final, I think he's the guy.
Yeah, Matt, you tipped Blackburn to win 1-0, didn't you, last week? I'm certain. You did, didn't you?
1-1.
Oh, did you go 1-1? Because I thought you said Smonic's 1-0. I was thinking about you last week. No.
I thought I did, and I went back to look at video to clip it, and I realised it's the 1-1, so I didn't bother.
I was 4-1, 4-0. We've got it in the bag, I was saying, but should have been. What about your relegation, Ant?
I think it's really hard, this one, because actually every single game it's like, oh no, they're going to go down, and then they'll pull a result out and you change. But I'm going to go. I think it's Birmingham and Huddersfield personally that go down. I'm sorry, Cossey. But I think Huddersfield just don't have enough goals in them to stay up. Whereas Wednesday, I think, have got that ability they might lose 2 on the bounce, but then they'll win 1. And when they're down there, those wins come. They're so rare that 1 every 3 or 4 games kind of does make quite a difference. So I think Wednesday go out with it, and I think Birmingham, despite obviously a nice win against Coventry, I do think they're poor. They've lost 22 games, I think, this season, so they are crap. But yeah, Huddersfield, Birmingham for me.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Birmingham, I'm one of. I can't split the two. The two. It'll be one of the Yorkshire teams, unfortunately. I'd like to stay all in. Up if you can, genuinely, I mean that. But yeah, I think it'll be Birmingham and one more. Who that team is between Wednesday and Huddersfield, I'm not sure. But
yeah, Joe, we've already had talks for a rival League One podcast next season. We're going to go 6 o'clock on a Thursday, mate. We're going to get Barnsley in, mate. We've got a big sponsor back, haven't we, guys? Don't be giving any 6 away.
Right, it's right, man. We're keeping this going regardless, Cossey. We're keeping it going.
Man.
So
Okay.
We'll get the band. Yeah. Promotion, I've still got to believe. Genuinely, I've still got to believe. We've got 2 away games against QPR and Middlesbrough. Sounds mad, and maybe it is looking just for any positives, but there was a stat doing the rounds the other day. And every game that we've lost this season, we've had more possession than the opposition, and the games that we've won, the majority of them have been when we've had less possession because we've been able to catch people on the counter and stuff. So the fact that we're going away to both Middlesbrough and QPR need wins. Borough want to win. They class it as a derby up here in the northeast. So I think that'll play into our favour. And then the last day is a lottery. So yeah, Ipswich have got Hull and Coventry. Leicester have got West Brom and Coventry. No, I know they've got Preston, West Brom, and then another game. I think they might have Coventry actually. So
no, they've played Coventry twice, I think.
Is it? Who have they got then? Have you got them? No, they've got another game. I swear they have. I'm gonna have to check this up now. This is gonna do my head in. It is a difficult game. I haven't just made this up. Wait there. Fixtures. We've got. Oh, it's Southampton, innit? They've got Southampton. Sorry. So West Brom, Southampton, and Preston.
Blackburn on the last game.
Blackburn last game, yeah. Come on, Shammy Schmodix, I love you, man. Yeah, so I've got to believe, and then playoffs again. I've said West Brom and maintained that for a while. So as long as we're not there, I'll go West Brom. If we do drop down, I'll change it to Leeds, of course. But yeah, Matt, what are your thoughts, mate? And then we'll start to preview the weekend.
Yeah, it's a good run. I'm enjoying this from the outside. This league from the outside, when you got no to play for, is quite enjoyable. You can watch everybody suffer.
Whoa, Matt! You've got everything to play for on Saturday, mate.
Yeah,
everything.
Matt. Come on.
Ipswich have just got this thing about them where they just don't know when they're done. They seem to have that spirit about them where they're just not going to let somebody else take it off them. So I think Ipswich somehow. And probably Leicester Ipswich. I will go. Just got the game in hand. The extra games is massive. If they can beat Southampton, obviously kills off Southampton. It'll do them. And then, I would not want to face West Brom in a big game. You just don't want to do it, especially for two legs as well.
Yeah.
Southampton a bottle. I don't like Russ Martin. I think he'll bottle it. That'll be probably at semi-final, and then again, we want to face them in a big game. So yeah, I'll go West Brom in playoffs. To go down, sorry boys, I think it's Wednesday Huddersfield. I just think whenever things get going, they just get kicked again. You know, like last week, they both take a lead. You both think, right, this is it. We can pick up a win, and then they both just get that kicking. And Birmingham picked up a great win. Plymouth are picking up a couple. Birmingham got us, so that helps Birmingham as well. And then Huddersfield next week. Is that at St Andrews as well?
No, it's at our place, mate.
So So that's a big one. So I will go Wednesday Huddersfield, but if we beat Birmingham, then Birmingham are going to be the ones. If they can't beat us, then I think it'll be them and one other.
Matt, let's stick with you then, mate, and we'll start to preview. Because I genuinely think Steve Evans coming in, it's got a 1-0 Rotherham shithouse win written all over it. If I'm a Brummie and if I'm a Birmingham fan, I'm looking at that appointment and going, oh no. So, like, is there a confidence within, or are you genuinely like you just don't know?
Generally don't know. I think we've got a better chance than had Richardson been here. I think that's definitely. The way we would have won with Richardson is if Birmingham didn't know how to deal with us sort of being so passive. That's the only way we would have. That's how we beat Millwall a few weeks ago. They just didn't know what to do with us because we didn't do anything. Whereas Evans won't have that. We'll be pressing from the front. We'll go back to a basic formation, a 4-4-2 or whatever it might be. And it'll get in the face. It'll make it difficult. It'll be a good atmosphere. Birmingham always sell out. They always make a load of noise. I don't think we'll sell out, but there'll be a bigger crowd than there would have been had it been Liam Richardson in charge. I don't know. I wouldn't bet on us to win. So if I had to predict, I probably. But you just never know. We could win 4-0 under Steve Evans. You know what I mean? It could just all click and Hugo comes back in and scores and Cafu scores a worldie and we keep a clean sheet. But we could also lose 4-0 as well. So you just never know with this man.
Just hearing the connection of Hugo and Evans has just made me just furthermore think, yes, that's 1-0 Hugo written all over it. To be fair.
Yeah, Joe, I hope their connection's better than his Wi-Fi connection. Bloody hell. It's like 1G in it tonight. Shocking.
It's on a mad one. It is. Cossie, come on then, mate.
Oh, mate.
Rotherham.
You know what? I thought it was 0-2 Birmingham all day long until he came back from the dead. But come on, I've got to get my optimistic hat on that as well. 1-1. That'd do, to be honest, for us and for Ash. But yeah, let's have a 1-1. But honestly, that game is absolutely massive for like us. I don't think we stay up unless you would get some, Matt, because the thing that worries me last day, Birmingham, Norwich. If Norwich are in them playoffs, David Wagner, I remember when he was with us, he put like 11 kids in last game, and it's at St Andrews. I think Birmingham win that. I honestly think this is the moment for us, me and so 1-1, that'll do. 1-1.
Yeah, for sure. And
it's an hard game, with it being Evans' first game, and I feel like he'll want to try and maximise how many points he can take into next season. And I just think Birmingham are poor. I'm actually going to go for quite audacious 1-0 Rotherham win. I think they do it. I think they do it.
Same. I do. Ash, let's get your prediction, and then we're going to chat about something actually about the FA Cup. I want to get your opinions on this. But
do you want my promotion and relegation?
Yeah. Oh, did I not ask it, Ash? I
no,
apologise.
Mate.
Sorry, mate.
Sorry. That's all right. Now I'll just go with the Rotherham first. Obviously, like I keep saying, what I want is a 3-0 Rotherham win. Of course, what I think will happen, I do think they'll get a draw. I just exactly what Ant just said. It's the Steve Evans factor. If they'd kept with Liam Richardson, I would have been a bit more scared of the result at New York. But with Steve Evans and what he brings, and what I totally agree with Ant about him going to get as many points however he can on the board to roll into next season, because I'm sure Rotherham fans will be for next season will be right up for top 6 easy with him and what they can do. So I'm going to go. I want to win, but realistically a draw will do us fine. Obviously rolling into our game. Who goes up and stays? A couple of months ago on this podcast, I did say that Southampton would get into automatics, and I got laughed at. They aren't far off, but I do think it'll be Leicester Leeds. And I am going to go with Southampton in the playoffs. I just think whoever misses out of Leicester, if it is Ipswich, misses out, I just think the kick in the teeth, even though they have exceeded all expectations this season, I just think that it's just that so close, but yet so far, and then not carry it on into playoffs. So I'm going to go with Southampton going up via playoffs, and Leicester winning and Leeds second. Going down. Going. See, I'll not bottle it, Cozzy. I'll tell him. Going down. I think
it stays as it is. If you want my opinion, I think it stays as it is.
I'm going to go Huddersfield Stoke.
Oh. You don't bet 365 then.
No, I don't. No. Huddersfield Stoke. I just think we've got Blackburn, West Brom at home, then Sunderland. I think if we get a win on Sunday, I'm hoping West Brom are on the beach and going to be resting players because they'll be in the playoffs, and Sunderland have got nothing to play for. So that's the angle I'm going at, and I just think Stoke were poor and we should have beat them last week. I agree. I just don't think Huddersfield have got enough firepower, even though he smashed us 4-0. But you know.
Ash, them Swansea and Stoke home games, then when you've dropped them points, they could be huge. And I know you've still got to go with what you got and that as well. I tell you what, with them playoffs, it could be quite easily an Ipswich Norwich playoff, couldn't it? And that.
I would love nothing more than that, you know.
That'd be unbelievable.
It would.
Oosh,
it'd be great.
It'd be a good time. It'd be a good time that weekend to go to East Anglia for a weekend, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because Wagner knows what he's doing in them playoff semis, doesn't he, Ash?
Yes.
Someone said it on my chat. They called it the when I did the game. Someone named it the El Tractico. I thought it was fucking brilliant, man. I love that. So, boys, I just wanted to have a chat with you about this actually, because I've just seen a tweet. Because Tranmere Rovers have put out a club statement, and it's got like 3,500 retweets and stuff. So I think a lot of clubs will probably follow suit. But basically, obviously, there's changes to the FA Cup today. No replays from round one. They're going to play the FA Cup the weekend before before the final game of the Premier League season. So they've switched it around and all that. And there's a lot of chat about all it's doing is helping the bigger teams go have, you know, longer friendlies in places like Asia and America to just harvest more money and all that sort of stuff. But basically, Tranmere Rovers in the statement have said there was no consultation whatsoever with any football league clubs, any national league clubs or grassroots clubs. No FA Council members were even consulted, so the decision and the way it was taken demonstrated a total lack of respect for the football pyramid and its fans. How do you feel to this change that they're making? Do you think it is genuinely just there to protect the top six and the big wigs in the Premier League? It's a joke, really, isn't it? Because it's
just the Prem doing what the Prem do and try and control everything. Make sure that everything, all the money, everything that TV rights, amount of games, everything is just fully under their control. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure how it's even legal to incorporate rule changes without, because there's 20 teams in the Premier League and 72 in the Football League, so they've not made a decision based on the majority. It's a minority. It's a bit mad, really.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd argue the other way is don't ask me why, but I like watching Scarborough, so I went madness. I went to Forest Green to watch Scarborough in that replay. And for Scarborough, it was unbelievable. Like, they took about 300 down. It was mental where Forest Green is. But you can't tell me that they made any money out of that replay. You can't tell me that the cost, and I don't know if they travelled down on a day hotel, probably because Scarborough and Forest Green is a long way. They must lose out on that. And I think it's a really awkward one with this replay because, I totally disagree with how they've done it and that as well. But so I might get slaughtered here, and I feel bad because I'm an old-fashioned kind of traditionalist, but I'm not too asked about losing the replays. I like the fact it's all done on the day, and there's couple of times where I've looked at with Tom when I thought, if I knew it were going to be done on the day and go to penalties or whatever, I'd have probably gone to that game and stuff like that as well. So I kind of like that, but obviously I don't like the fact that, that was maybe a bad example with that with non-league not making much money out of that replay, but when you look at some of these midweek replays and stuff, there's hardly anyone comes and no one's bothered. But the worst thing about it is, and it's like they've sold it as what did the phrase they used? It made me want to be sick. It said strengthen the FA Cup, didn't it? I'm sure it said strengthen the FA Cup. It's just how can you strengthen stuff when you've just done what you wanted and stuff like that as well? But I do think something needed to be done, but to sell it like that, and then when you get really, it's probably about that, World, Club Cup that's on there and that as well. But yet, really, does anyone want any replays anymore? I'm not so sure, but I'm prepared to be echoed on the comments and shouted down in here.
Mm-hmm. Matt, I can see one of your posts is one at top replies from the New York Talk in response to FA Cup one. So I guess you've got a big rebuttal for Cossie, mate. How do you feel about it?
I think there is a conversation to be had about whether replays should be done, certainly in the first and second round, because when you get Morecambe against Accrington, they don't need a replay, they're rattled back, but them kind of teams. I think, first of all, the way they've gone about it's typical Premier League. The sick to death of the big boys telling everybody else what to do. It's doing my head in. But what they maybe could have changed the rule and said, right, you don't have to have a replay, but both teams have to agree on it. And then if it gets to the third round and Burton do get Man U don't have to replay, but they've got to compensate Burton for the fact that there's no possibility of a replay. And then Burton still get the payday that they would have got in the first place, and Man U don't have to play a replay as well, or they have to play a replay because Burton demand it. I'm a traditionalist. I love replays, even when it's rubbish teams. It's just what I like. I understand some people don't. I get what Cossie says. If you put a FA Cup second round replay on telly, I probably won't watch it. But if it were me, there's something special about it. It's just the way they've gone about it, and just to say, right, sorry, nobody's getting extra cash, is just bang out of order. The only way it's going to change now is if teams actually start threatening to pull out FA Cup.
100%.
And teams like that say, all right, sod you. If you're going to do it this way, we're not going to play in your competition. I don't think they will. I don't think teams have got bottle for that. But I think that's what they probably should do.
But I think
when Man U pulled out of it back in the day, I don't know if any of you young guys remember that, but for me, it's never been the same since. I know the game's moved on with stuff now, but at that moment when they left, I don't think ever the FA Cup has been like it has been. They decided to walk out of it because of that Club World Cup again. That's stupid. I think it was now it's 20. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's like a 2014 tournament. How's that going to work? Over 2 weeks, is it? And I noticed this. It was embarrassing. They said something like, "Oh, the Premier League." So they're not having. Am I right in saying they're not having that winter week break? But only because everyone's playing in that Club World Cup. It's why. I know. Why lie to people like that and just spin it in them statements? It's bollocks, man, isn't it?
I think it's shite. I really do. I think it's disgusting what they've done. I'm same as Matt. I love the FA Cup. I love the old perceived magic of it. I like all the first round draw. I like the third round draw when you've got people from non-league going in there up who could draw. You've got who was it? The team who I can't remember now. Was it Newport who drew Coventry? They wanted someone like Man City or something like that.
Yeah.
And they got Coventry, and everyone lambasted them on social media because they wanted Man City, and they looked disappointed in the video because they got drawn against Coventry. They wanted their big day out, and the way they've gone about it, the FA Cup, it's meaningless now, isn't it? The way that they can just change and do whatever they want with
100%.
Some like 20 representatives from one league, not 72 from the Football League, and not countless others that enter. They start in bloody June, don't they? So not pub teams, but the semi-pro teams that enter, they start in June. Some of them they've just, the magic for them is gone.
Yeah.
Because the chances are, if they do draw somebody away, and they do get that 91st minute equaliser to draw 1-1 away at Newcastle to bring them back to Dog and Duck Lane or wherever they're playing at. And BBC are all over it, and they've got cameras there, and they've got to bring in extra seats in for all the tickets they need. It's just lost it, and I think it's disgusting. And you're right, the only way that the lower clubs, Championship down, can do is vote with their feet. And you're right, they won't do, because they probably can't. I'm sure the FA will turn around and go, we'll sue you, or we'll ban you for 10 years, or what, because they'll be that petty. But if you have 10-20% of the teams not turning in, then it does say something, doesn't it? And I just feel sorry for the greatest pyramid in football in the world is the English, because of how deep it is and the competitions that teams can be in.
It's stuff like the draw, though. I mean, like, they put it on the One Show. They had the ridiculous thing this season. I was watching that Forest Man U game thinking, when's the draw, or who they're going to play? And it'd been drawn like 10 minutes earlier, like on another channel. It's just like absolute balls. I'll tell you what, I watched a lot of Spanish football. It's really weird because their cups took like massive importance. It's kind of gone opposite to ours. So don't know if anyone saw Athletic Bilbao winning that cup and on that barge and everything. And the city, there were like 1 million people there. It's like, it means everything. And like about 15 years ago, you would get like Real Madrid and Barca like putting out kind of weakened teams. But now it's like massively important again. But the kind of Spanish has like made the cup important, and they've kind of put it on free to air, which again, ours is going off free to air, which I thought that was one of the things that did right. But everything we're trying to do to try and get people into the FA Cup is like kind of the opposite. And so today it's almost like an hammer blow, but don't sell it as a positive, like what they were saying today, just to strengthen. It's just an incredible thing to say. And yeah, it's once you've lost something, it's very hard to get it back, I think, and that's all. Just like the tradition, or
100%.
The draw's always on this. I just don't know how they get it back now. It's just sad, really, isn't it?
100%. And I just hope more clubs follow Tranmere's lead and start putting out statements, because a bit like the European Super League, all clubs started putting out statements and they thought, shit, we need to change this. So I think something similar would happen if more clubs jump on the back of it. So let's hope they do, because like you say, it's all about money and stuff. I'm just thinking there, because I watch a lot of YouTube and a lot of Premier League stuff as well, and a lot of their fans, like, they talk about like majors now, like what are the majors, like as though it's a tennis tournament, and they only mention really the Premier League and the Champions League. So this next gen fan, what do they call it? What did he call us before? The legacy fans. That was it, wasn't it? Yeah. These new gen fans, it's all about like, oh, if it's not UCL or it's not Prem, then what's it worth? So that's what it is, and they'll be all sound with it.
It's turned into a TV show, hasn't it? Since the 90s, that's it. Football's become a TV show.
Yeah.
It's like last night. City lost. City lost, right? Whether Real Madrid deserved it or not, Real Madrid defended really well, but they can't take it, can they? I had Rodri saying after the game, the only ones you want to play football, mate. Dry your eyes, put some salt in it. You're out. You were going to win this, you're out. It's just, but like, and then
he's got form for that Rodri, when they get beat. He's always got form. They don't want to play. Scotland. Yeah, Spain and Scotland. Yep, that was it, yeah.
It's really weird. Like when you look at some of these comments, like underneath, say, a Sky Sports post, and I just think I don't understand football. It's almost like these spammers, or I just don't get it, Joe. Some of these people now, like you say, it's just about 2 competitions and forget everything else. It's
I think a lot of the media take their opinions.
I was going to say exactly.
Have discussions based on what's been said on X as well, or Twitter. Do you know what I mean? They genuinely bring them things into conversations. So.
I was going to say with the media side, especially like Talk Sport, there is only 2 competitions for them. It's not Talk Sport, it's Talk Premier League, Champions League, and things like that. It's very rare that they go down the leagues, and that's where it is, because that's where the money is. That's where they perceive most fans want to listen about. Yeah. But I'm sure if you take a whole of all the fans and stuff, there's more fans in the FL 72 than there is 20 Premier League teams. I don't know. It's just all there, isn't it? And that's the be all and end all of football for them.
Yeah. Although, who knows, with this new EFL deal, EFL might become a massive league now as well, and we'll be going, yes, scrap them, fuck League 1 and 2.
Yeah, Joe, that worries. This is another debate, and it could go on forever, but it does worry me, that, Joe. I mean, you're one that gets your fixtures moved anyway, but I just look at that and think, here we go, 12 o'clock, a block of 4, 3 o'clock, a block of 5, 6 o'clock, a block of... they're just going to want to maximise. I could be wrong here, but when I looked at that, I thought, that's bad news. As usual, Sky sell it as a great thing, but I suppose they would do. But I just think you're going to be getting, like you're getting the FA Cup, them stupid kickoffs now we're getting. And again, that's another thing, isn't it? You get them 4 at 12, some of them on like FA player, then you get some at 3 o'clock, then you got some at 6 o'clock. I remember going to Bristol and Huddersfield at 6 o'clock on Saturday. No one asked for that. It's like...
We had Fulham on a Friday night this year, FA Cup, not televised anywhere in the UK. Yeah, so you moved it for no reason, and then we can't watch it anyway. What's the point?
I saw a tweet the other day with this new Sky Sports deal. You know, the iFollow has been taken off, and they're going to do. There's only going to be 40% of all matches in the Championship are going to be at 3 p.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah, I told you, didn't I?
40%. That is disgusting. Yeah. So you're going to have your Friday, then your Saturday morning, 3 o'clock, then Saturday night, no doubt, Sunday morning, Monday, Thursday, Tuesday. Bloody dinner time on a Wednesday. I don't know. It's I couldn't believe it. 40%. And then there's the 3 p.m. blackout still. So it's not going to be a blackout. There's no teams playing at 3 p.m.
Actually, again, it's just like that FA Cup thing, though. They sell it as a lot. Again, you just treat you like mugs. It's like they sell it as a great thing, but that's the truth, mate. People go every week, going to get moved all over the shop, but it's like it's brilliant news. No, it's just not. And
it'd be like what Leeds have done. I think Leeds have had 36, 37 games out of their 43 at the minute.
Something like that, yeah.
They've been on Sky, moved for TV for whatever reason. You're going to have teams like that. You're going to have, like, say, whoever gets relegated from the Championship, Rotherham and the other 2 teams, and then Wrexham, let's put it like that, in League One, their games are going to get moved all over because they're perceived to be the bigger teams in that league, or the ones that Sky think that people want to watch, like Wrexham. And it'll be the same for the Championship, whoever gets relegated from the Premier League.
A lot of that will have been thinking behind it as well, seeing what's gone off at Wrexham, the American market, and that they'll have gone, let's have a piece of that. Do you know what I mean? That's what, and like you say, it'll be Wrexham. It might as well Sky Wrexham, you know what I mean? That's what, or you might get Salford on because of Gary Neville and all that as well, you know. So
Joe, no, I follows good and Leeds. I know Leeds has got their own club TV that I follow, but have you ever watched the Red Button game? You don't get any replays. You get it's one camera. It's crap. So there's no point.
And if that camera angle shit, it's shocking, innit, for full 90 minutes.
You might as well not watch it. That's the thing. Yeah. Is that what the coverage is going to be? Because I can't see him having all them trucks at Morecambe V in the Leighton Orient or something. You know what I mean? But again, it's just false. It's just when I saw that, I just thought that is disastrous news. And people who know the football just moving kickoffs. You know, we're going into a strange world, I think, now with TV, mate.
The headlines were that you're going to be able to watch more telly and the club's going to get more money. And that's it. And you go, we're going to get more. But then, who gets kicked in the knackers? The fans, not they?
100%, mate. It is what it is. Let's bring it back to some proper football after that. After we went off piece slightly there. And who do you have at the weekend, mate? And what are your thoughts going into it?
We've got Watford away.
Good team under Cleverly, you know. Good team.
They are. We are very good away, and I feel like Watford with them having nothing to play for, it can go either way. It takes the pressure off them so they play well, or they're already thinking about next season so they don't play that well. But our back us away from home every time, and I think we have to pull some out of the bag if we're serious about going for the top 6. It was a convincing win over QPR. It was nice to finally win at home. So let's see if we can back that up with another convincing win and go for it. So Delap's back as well. He'll probably come back on off the bench. She's come back too late for us, Annie. But I'm quietly confident. I think it won't be a walk in the park because it never is with us because we just don't score enough. But it'll probably be a nice dicey 1-0 or something like that.
Nice, a good side. Yeah, I've been impressed with Watford since Cleverley went in. I was mocking them before we played them, and I think they're unbeaten since. Although they lost to Southampton, actually, didn't they? 3-2 to a last-minute goal. But outside of that, they've been pretty decent. We'll go for a quick round the houses. Matt, give me a score prediction and whether Hull can still get in the playoffs. They're let's have a look. Let's see how far they are
6
away.
points.
6
6
points.
points
Game
in hand.
6 points, 4 games. You need to go unbeaten and win probably 3 of those because I think it's all very, very unlikely. And I'll go 1-1 for them. Watford, a good start under Cleverley, and tough. It's now a tough place to go.
100%. I'm going to go 2-2 in that one. I think it'll be a draw, which might then stop Hull's hopes. But hopefully they win and can roll over to Ipswich. That's what I want. So actually, I'm going to change that and say 3-2 Hull. Up the Tigers. Ash, thoughts?
I'm going to, based on absolutely nothing, because this championship has thrown me all sorts in the last week or two, hasn't it? I'm going to go Hull City 1, Watford 0. Nice. The old Hull have got everything to play for. Let's put it out. They have. It's shit or bust for them, really. They might as well go for it. Yeah. And Watford are basically on the beach, aren't they? They are only 8 points above us, so they are still mathematically in there. But I think they're safe, so they'll be just rolling over to the new season. So 1-0 Hull for me.
Yeah. And Cossie?
I'm right in saying Cleverley's just caretaker. He hasn't got it permanent yet, has he?
I think he should get it based on this.
They've started making signings apparently, which tells me that they're either going to back him and hire him in summer, or he's been told that the new manager's coming in, so he needs to incorporate that style of the new players.
Yeah, I think that's just like, I think Watford are going to win this 2-1. I think it'll be a good game, and I think it's going to, this deep prediction, but I think it's going to be like level until about 80 odd minutes, and then Hull are going to have to come and try and get a winner, and I think Watford will get a goal like, when you're trying to win it. But yeah, I just think 2-1 Watford. But I always think Watford in Hull. I remember that playoff season, mate, Phil Brown with his big tan coming up pitch when you had beat him, and I remember going that second leg, and that was a famous red hot day, wasn't it? That day.
Watford were involved. It was the other promotion of Steve Bruce as well when Leeds went to Vicarage Road and won and sent us up because we drew against Cardiff on the last day. So we've had a couple of Watford involvements with promotion. Yeah.
Right, we'll quickly go through Leeds United. We've got Middlesbrough on Monday away at the Riverside. I think it'll be a tough game for sure. Massive plus is that Luke Ayling can't play. I think no other player's got more open play assists than him since March. I think he's got 5, so he's been doing really well. He almost won it against Ipswich at the weekend as well, but just couldn't get his shot off. But he got an assist in that game, so he's been a massive plus for them. So him not playing. Johnny Howson, ex-Leeds. Sam Greenwood on the bench as well. I'm just hoping they can have a word with Carrick and maybe take the foot off the gas a little bit, but I've got a feeling they won't. Question marks over Farke's lineups at the minute as well within the fan base. I think he'll resort back to Bamford, and I'm okay with that because Pirro absolutely ghosted the other day. He tries to do the Harry Kane thing of dropping into the centre circle to pop it off, but then doesn't have the legs to get on the other end of it, if you know what I mean. So he's a bit of an enigma, to be honest. But maybe the rest will help us. Rutter's been rubbish since the international break, but he had hernia up. Somerville's a bit too greedy at times, but we only ever pass to him. So it's all just become a little bit one-dimensional. So I'm hoping for, with the 9
Jesus
days...
Christ, are you 23rd or what?
No, honestly, no. Ash, though, since the international break, it's been rough, man. It's been rough. Fuck that March international break, by the way, because there was only two competitive games. You might as well burn that. There's no point in it, because to put, let's say for example, to put the Welsh contingent through, a game against Finland and then 20 minutes against Poland, and then to lose out on pens, and then to do that when there's 6 games left of a season's bang out of order. Obviously, I'm going to say that because we had 4 players there, and if we didn't, I wouldn't be asked. But ultimately, it does really think, well, why are you putting? Even I guess the friendlies are even worse. At least that was competitive, but the likes of Arsenal and City and that must have been annoyed that their players went on international duty with bloody 10 games left to go in the Premier League. So it just needs abolishing that match. You talk about fucking fixtures in the FA Cup, just get rid of that, because who needs it? What's it there for? Just to make money for FA and make money for other federations when, it's just mad. But look, I'm nervous as hell. I can't lie to you. And we've got to win. We've got to win, because the thing is, we've got 2 games now before Ipswich play again. So if we don't, let's say we get 2 points, right? That means we'll have 1 point on Ipswich, and they'll have 2 more games to play now. So then it's like they have a target to hit. Whereas if we put 6 on the board, they'll look at it and say, shit, we're 5 points behind and we've got 2 games to play. We've got to win them both. And that's a different kind of pressure, innit? So we need to take maximum points to put pressure on, because if we only get 1 or 2, that's shite, because they'll look at it and say, they can manage them 2 games better then. They can say, all right, okay, well, we're getting a point in this. Let's just save this point, go for all 3 at home against Hull, whatever it is, or Coventry, whichever game that is. So it's... Yeah, I'm just nervous, but I do think we'll win. I'm speculative. 1-0. 1-0. I'll take anything. Go off Bamford's arse right now, to be honest. We just need a goal to go in. Ash, score predictions for Borough versus Leeds?
They're unbeaten, aren't they, in about 6 or 7? A few draws in there.
Are they in best form, I think, maybe? Over
the
last 5?
They've got nothing to play for, have they? So I'm going to go 1-0 Leeds. I think you're going to want it. You're going to need it again, aren't you? With there's a lot of them games coming up in the next 2 weeks, so it's a hard one to call. But yeah, I'm going to go 1-0 Leeds.
Nice. And
they're a weird side, Borough. When we played them, they don't seem to particularly play well. They have ways of exploiting weaknesses that result in them scoring goals. And I think with how Leeds are wobbly at the minute, I think it'll be a bit of a touchy affair. But no, I think Leeds will beat them. I think they have to beat them as well to keep that sort of auto run just a bit more interesting for everybody, all the neutrals that are watching. But yeah, I'm going to go Leeds 2-1.
2-1. Matt?
You ought to be. Even we beat Middlesbrough, so you ought to really be beating them. I'll go 2-1 to Leeds.
2-1. Cossie, come on, you put the brakes on it.
No, 3-1 Leeds, mate. I think it'll be a night.
That's not a good sign.
Yeah, when kind of people go back down to A19 thinking, but again, a lot of it's going to matter what's happened before, isn't it? So it could mean you're back in there. You might have to do it to get in there, but that could, I just think it'd be good. But they're always up for it. It don't feel like a Yorkshire derby. I mean, Middlesbrough.
No,
it is a Yorkshire derby, isn't it?
They love it. Yeah, they love it up here. They do.
But no Ailing, mate. He's been big for them, hasn't he? So yeah, 3-1 Leeds, mate.
Good stuff. Love that, lads. Right, Ash, let's talk about Wednesday. Who have you got, mate, and how you going to win? Talk to us.
Well, I've got Blackburn Rovers at Ewood at Sunday dinner, 12:30 kickoff. So, yeah, everyone else will have played before us.
Go on, Blackburn.
Rotherham would have won 3-0 by now. Huddersfield would have got spanked. And it is. We had it on Saturday. We had a must-win game against Stoke, but this is must-win. With the 2 games remaining after that, it's going to be hard. No Pervader still looks like he might not make it for the rest of the season, which is a massive loss for us. He's been a quality signing. Deshaun Bernard, centre half, who's been really good this season for us. He's missed. Looks like he's missing on Sunday as well. Everyone else should be fit. So just hoping Sammy Smodics gets a paper cut when he's or whatever when his thing and he's out, because he is their danger man. He's obviously 30 for the season in all competitions. Scored a quite important goal last week, didn't he, Joe? So it's going to be an hard ask. We've got 7,500 going to Ewood, so it's a great following for Sunday dinner time. Yeah. It's got to be a win. I've got to be positive. It is getting to the last chance saloon and it is. I just hope that we get a positive results. Other results around us go for us, which it has done a couple of times, but not last week. Yeah.
You're shitting it.
Can you smell it?
Come on. Steve Evans all up your back.
Steve Evans.
I'm Steve Evans myself. Yeah. We are. It's got to that time of the season, hasn't it? I don't know what you guys think. Would you rather play first or last? Would you rather? Because obviously you know where you are on Sunday, and you know if your team's around you, Huddersfield, Birmingham, Stoke.
Players and managers say it doesn't affect them, but it's bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to do. Yeah. You know what you got to do. So you're saying, obviously, 12:30, you're 0-0 on 80 minutes, but you're not going, draw's not really going to do us because Huddersfield have won and Birmingham have won. We've got to go for it. So,
but you wouldn't settle for a draw, though, would you? Even if everyone else lost, because you'd be thinking, I'd be amazed. That'd be tactical madness. That for me, you've got to be trying to win every game now. Even though
that's what I'm saying. Hey, you've got to go for a win.
I don't think it matters to me, but go on, I say it 1-0 Wednesday, innit? That's what you're going to say.
I always say 1-0 Wednesday. No, I'm not. I'm going to go 2-1 Wednesday. I'm going to go 2-1 Wednesday. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to go. That's the result we need. That's the result we deserve. I'm going to go for it. 2-1 Wednesday for me. Yeah.
Go for it, right. I'm going to go 1-0. 1-0 Wednesday. Come on, the Wednesdayites. Let's go. Ant, what are you?
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I think Wednesday have got a win in them. I think it'll be this game. So, 1-0 Wednesday.
Nice. Matt?
Yeah, same 1-0. It's classic championship to beat team at top of the league and then lose to team bottom of the league, basically. It's 1-0 Wednesday.
Definitely. And Cossie?
Desmond 2-2, mate.
Desmond 2-2, cool. Cossie, let's stay with you then and get your Huddersfield.
Mate, this is it. This is it, mate. We've got to win. I don't think a draw keeps it in the argument, mate. And I'm going to say 1-0, but God, it's just going to be horrible, mate. I haven't got many nails left now, but tense game, and they're going to have all the ball, mate. We know how the game's going to pan out. They haven't got much quality, but I just think we'll get it done, mate. 1-0.
1-0. Right, let's get some. I'm gonna go with you, Cossie. I'm gonna go 1-0 Huddersfield as well. Let's all have a winning weekend, right? Let's all have a winning weekend. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I think there's a case for it. I don't know if we've done that actually. That we've all won on the same weekend. I think it might be.
Not we all.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. But this week with Evans in charge, it's happening, mate. So, Matt, what do you think for the Huddersfield game?
I fancy Huddersfield as well. We played Swansea last week and they were dreadful. I don't know if they're on beach or what. They just offered nothing. They only won through an own goal. So I'll go 1-0 Huddersfield as well. It'll be so tight. It'll be so nervy. But I'll go 1-0 Huddersfield.
Yeah, they were crap when we played them as well, actually. Ant, what are your thoughts?
I think I'm going to agree again. I think I want results that are just going to add to that bit of excitement as the season finishes. So, I mean, for me, Huddersfield, I think they need to win this game. They have to win this game, in my opinion, if they want to stay up. So they'll go out there and they'll do what they can, if that means sitting men back and taking a set-piece goal from Hellick. Fair play. 1-0 Huddersfield.
You've watched us before then,
Is he top scorer, isn't he? I think he scored more than some of our players who's a centre half.
It's all we do, mate. Set piece, shot goals, really.
Ash?
I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go for a draw.
He needs it.
I do. No, I just think Swansea aren't very good. I know. And Huddersfield, just like I said, just their goal scoring, it's got no goals in them, have they? The only thing would be if obviously Huddersfield have got to go for the win and they get hit on the break. But like Cozzy said, they're going to go for it. They've got to go for it. It'll be shit or bust. So I'm going to go for a draw. 1-1.
Nice. There we go. There's our predictions in. Boys, I forgot to mention this as well. I know we've overrun a little bit, but what were your thoughts on team of the season? And obviously Rutter being in there over Armstrong, and
I think that was the only part of it that I disagreed with.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, I think Rutter's a good player. But Armstrong's got 20 goals and 12 assists or something.
Crazy,
it's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
He should have been in.
He
there.
got one the other night as well, didn't he, for Shea Adams when they beat Preston as well, to be fair. So yeah.
I can't believe there were no Rotherham, Huddersfield or Sheffield Wednesday players in it. I thought we were disgusting.
Eves has been robbed. Tell you, robbed.
I tell you what, that manager one was the easiest one you'll ever give, wasn't it? That easy.
It was. Were you surprised?
I don't know if we get out of it. If we got out of it and the votes were till the end of the season, there'd be a good shout for our manager, I think.
Well, I don't agree, Ash. Let's not push the boat out, mate.
Yeah.
Gotta roll with it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because there's been a massive meltdown on it, innit? But it is what it is.
Yeah. I think Somerville over Smodics as well was quite. I mean, I feel like I wouldn't have been bothered either way.
Player of the year, yeah. I agree.
I think for me, because Smodics plays in a worse team. Like before Blackburn beat Leeds, they could have got they were a big shout for getting relegated, and he could have scored 30+ goals for a side that's ended up going down. Do you know what I mean? It's that different.
Why did they have it before end of the season though? It just seems a bit odd to me when it's like mad.
Silly.
Because they're all on holiday after 5th of May. They're all on beach, aren't they? Literally on beach, so can't get them in a room.
Isn't it like Leeds? I think it's. I'm sure it's Leeds Player Seasons Awards tonight and stuff as well, man.
It is.
It was like having Rosinia as one of the options for manager of the season. I thought that was a bit odd. I thought Corberan would have been the third option, 100%. But you know.
And even like you say, like if Leeds United don't go up now, they had the most players in the team of the season. They had young player of the year and player of the year. It looks a little bit shit, doesn't it? If we don't even go up, do you know what I mean?
What about Darren Moore getting 2 teams relegated in a season? A bit different to last season when he got one up, didn't he?
That's fair.
Special award coming out tonight to Darren Moore.
That all I remember is that guy, Darren Moore. Get out of that club in that game. It's 3-0. Darren Moore. It was brilliant.
I'll tell you what, though, doesn't it just sum up football? This guy, like, that incredible playoff, no levels to pass that with Wednesday, top of the world, and then season after is like pretty much 2 relegations. It's like, welcome to the reality bowl.
It's mad. It's mad. Stuart Smith says, Joe, did you see keeping White Rose rivals going? If yes, we are, regardless of division. We'll have the same heads, and then obviously bring some new ones in as well, get some Barnsley fans. Although I know there's a few Americans that watch this show and struggle to hear some of the accents that are already on. So trust me, when Barnsley come, you will need an interpreter. All right?
And a PK. No PKs for Swansea. PK.
So we will be keeping it alive, so that's good, and maybe I'll be able to pass the host duties over the odd week here and there. That'll be good. But yeah, we'll leave it there. Has anyone got anything they want to plug?
Just our defence, man. No.
And if you're about York, you're playing cricket. Tell them about the cricket. Where do you play, Cossie?
I'm not a scorer, mate. So I score for York, I believe. So so this is where we're at. Oh, I don't know if you can see out there.
There's nothing there, no.
You're not there. That's a turn around there.
There we go.
It's like underwater. There's the cupboard. So there's nothing happening, and I don't think there's going to be out for a bit because how bad's this weather? It's horrendous, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bad.
When it was COVID, it was like sunny as out when no one could go out. Now we can get out. There's no happening, man.
Don't get Matt Letizia on that, by the way. He's the reason for
End the show.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that, man.
Yeah.
Makes you think, doesn't it? Makes you think.
That's been doing the rounds, hasn't it, that picture?
Brilliant, man.
Brilliant.
It
That's
is
another
absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Anyway, great
Cheers,
show,
guys.
as always. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye, Cossie. We'll say bye to you because you always get before.
He's gone.
There we go. He's gone. Make sure you check out the rest of the lads and their podcast. We will be back next Thursday when... Bloody hell, will they only be one game? No.
Yeah, there's only one.
Two. Won't there? 2 games
Two left. Yeah, 2 left.
Yeah, it'll be the night before we play QPR actually. So we play on the Friday next week. So I'll be shitting myself even more. We'll all be Steve Evans in it, I tell you. Did you say something, Ant?
No, I was going to say I think we'd have 3, but I don't. We play Coventry on the Wednesday night, so we'd have played the 2 games before the next episode. So yeah, we'll have 2 left.
Yeah, it's wild because next week we play Monday, then Leicester play Southampton, and then it's like Leeds, QPR, then Hull, Ipswich, and yeah, it's all a bit mad.
So you're only all playing at the same time on the last game?
Day. Yeah, 12:30, all 12:30.
And you all play after each other, don't you? And it's in like staircase or something. Or was that? No, that was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, it's all the same time. Every game kicks off at 12:30 on the Saturday the 4th, don't they?
Yeah. I remember there was a day where all 4 of you played the next game. But I think it's already been on it.
Monday, wasn't it? Easter Monday or Good Friday, one of them. But yeah, we'll see.
Oh, it was our game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah, where we beat you, thankfully. Although we didn't deserve to, mate. We didn't deserve to be fair. Not by that scoreline, anyway. I will say that much. Right, that's it then. Thanks always for watching the White Rose Rivals. I'll be back tomorrow with your press conference reaction and preview for the Monday night game against Middlesbrough, and we will see you in a bit. Peace out, folks. Bye-bye.